IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM.
daily.
Hey guys, I'm Gaurav and welcome to another episode of IVM Daily, a show where IVM staffers talk about what's going around the world and what's going around in their mind. Today in the studio, I have Priyanka.
Hi.
And today our guest in the studio is another host of a podcast here on IVM Network called the Positively Unlimited Podcast. We have Chetna with us. Hi Chetna.
Hi.
So today on our episode, we're going to be talking about a subject which is pretty personal. It's about breaks and breakups. We recently had a topic about office breaks, and that inspired us to talk about other kind of breaks in relationships. So Chetna is a life coach, and we all at IVM, the staff really needs some coaching in our life. So we have invited
You need
her
it.
here.
Talk for yourself.
So, Chetna, the first question I'd like to ask you from your perspective is, when is it healthy to have a break in a relationship, and when is it healthy to just break up with a person?
So I have to admit that I'm a little old school here, and
Okay.
the only relationships that I see really working and lasting are the ones where break and breakup is not a word that exists.
Okay.
That doesn't exist in their vocabulary. So I think that this new generation, including me, all of us struggle because we don't want to fix what is broken, we want to replace it. We go out there and get ourselves a new piece. Right? So, but the relationships that I see that are working, that go on from people being together for say 5 years, 7 years, get married, have kids, build a house and do whatever, like live the whole so-called dream, are people who know that there's a door that they can use to exit if they need to, but the door's shut. They don't want to.
Right.
So
That's when a relationship works, right?
Yeah.
So, what I understand from this, Chetna, is you're saying that it either works or you break up. There is no break.
there is no break. And if you are taking a break, you need to know that you chose from a wrong place.
To begin with.
To begin with. See, a lot
that's
of us are choosing from a notion of what we want in our life, not what we need in our life or not what we want to experience in our life.
Right.
So if you ask anybody who is single, including me, if you ask me, there is this very nice laundry list that I have of what the guy should look like and what it should feel like and what I want to experience. List will include stuff like, oh, person should be well settled, or the woman should be working, she should be independent, oh, we should travel a lot, and I don't want to live in another city. There are all these kind of things that come up. But you ask them, what do you want to experience? What is the value that you hold? What is your value system? And what is that person who you are choosing, his or her value system? Is there any sync? Is there any match? Those are the relationships that are working.
But even if you look at working relationships, like if I look, for example, like at my parents' relationship, they've been, happily married for like a quarter century now. So, every relationship does have its problems.
Yeah.
Right?
And they fight and they make up.
Yep.
They may sleep in separate rooms, or one may be in the kitchen banging pots and pans. Pots and pans. Yes.
Yeah. One
One may be in the kitchen banging pots and pans, and the other one may be sulking in his bedroom behind his newspaper. But neither one's going anywhere.
Correct. But is it ever like for example, now if you have a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that heated moment, during that fight, you're probably going to be saying things you don't mean, correct?
Can I give you, if she ever knows that I quoted her here, she's going to beat me, so I'm not going to take names, but I have friends, married now for 10 years or something, and they have a 5-year-old kid.
Okay.
And they fought because he took 6 months to change a tube light. They fought. It's a silly fight.
Okay.
They fought for 6 weeks or 4 weeks or something, and they didn't talk to each other, right? They didn't think of walking out. They didn't think of taking a break. Yes, there were bigger issues where she said, oh, but he's being lazy and I'm the one who has to always do something. He doesn't do things on time. And he gets up and says, yeah, but I'll do it. It's a tube light. What's the big deal? And, the very typical he said, she said kind of stuff. And in spite of all of that, if we were going out, she would call me and say, why don't you ask him if he wants to come? If he wants to come, I'll babysit. Why don't you ask him? You're in the same house. No, we're not talking. I said, you all fought last week. Yeah, we're not talking. How long? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Neither one's going anywhere. So you see what's happening in their mind. They're not afraid of losing each other. They're giving themselves the freedom to fight and deal with it.
Yeah.
Neither one's running away. Whereas
because that's not an option in your head, right?
No.
Like you're in it to win it. That's it. And you're just going in one way unless something's really disheartened you and you made up your mind already. And even that break is just like the stepping stone to sort of ending it.
So I think that's what Chetna was saying, that in today's generation, it's not about fixing, it's about replacing.
It's about replacing.
What is happening.
Out of convenience, it doesn't work for you. Okay, out. I'm out of this.
Yeah, no one wants to put any effort in
let's admit,
changing their relationship tube light.
Let's admit, we have no tolerance. We're all very stuck up in how we think about life is supposed to be.
Correct.
We're not as adjusting as my mummy and my daddy have been. Okay? We don't have patience. We want instant gratification. Right? And we have so many options out there, supposedly. I don't know where those options are. I'm still single.
Tinder.
But apparently we have so many options.
So many dating apps.
But every time that someone chooses somebody, the question that they're asking is, what if there is something better for me out there?
Right.
We're struggling with that question constantly, so we are afraid to commit. Then we are committing. We're saying, okay, chal, let me see whether this will work or no. I'll give this a try. You don't know why you are committing. You don't know why this person is good for you. You don't know what was a match. All you know is that you feel good with this person. We laugh together. He comes from a similar background. I come from a similar background. We both have, we sort of want the same thing right now in life. Right now. That's where we are.
Right.
Then right now gets over in 6 months. Then you want something else. He wants something else. Or he turned out to be rude. Or he turned out to have anger issues. Or you turned out to be naggy and clingy. And I don't know, whatever else.
Oh, he turned out to cheat.
He turned out to cheat.
So, Priyanka, from your perspective, I mean, I'm sure like she has Chetna has a old school perspective. And Priyanka, what about you? Like, I think you have taken a break in your life before.
I mean, honestly, I am someone who's taken a break, who's like thought that was the best way out at that very moment. And of course, that didn't go on too well. It ended soon after. But I mean, the thing is, there's this whole aspect about long distance, right? I was in a long distance, and then what do I do? How do I deal with this right now? Maybe we need a break because I can't figure this out. There are other things, which is why I've stepped out of my comfort zone. I've come back to my city, so and so. But I think now, if I have to learn for my next relationship or as a lesson, one is that this break thing is out of the window, because you just know that when both of you are in it and want it equally, irrespective, you are just going to do everything to want it. I mean, I've made enough mistakes to realize that there are no excuses. There's no taking a break. There's no loophole. There's no gap. I mean, if you have a fight, just say it on my face, and you don't like. Also, I think one of the problems is when things get pent up and you want a break because it's too much to handle, it's because you're grudging against each other. You're resenting each other after a point of time. And either that's when one of us should say like, hey, maybe I want to step back. Maybe step back in the sense, if I want
I'm taking a Sunday off from you.
Yeah, no, or
isn't
just
that a break though? I'm not saying a break has to be a 3-month long break where we don't see each other, talk to each other,
what I meant is,
see other people.
Yeah, but here's the thing that happens. See, the minute you say break, first of all, biologically, my mind is saying break up.
Yeah, already. You've made up your mind. You made up your mind to stay away.
You use the word break in a relationship. You may not mean it to be a breakup, but the opposite person guaranteed is reading it as a breakup.
Yeah.
So then the reaction comes, then you're getting a reaction which says, oh, you want a break from me, and then there's the whole story that it goes down the drain, it just spirals down and down and down.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, I mean, you can say, okay, let's not talk right now. Let's talk about this again after 2 days.
So there's a difference between taking a break from the person and taking a break from the relationship. So if there are problems that you can't sort out, and if you are having issues, don't take a break from the relationship. Maybe take some space. Maybe take some
or
break from the
consult
person.
someone. Like talk to someone, not like in a gossipy way, or not have like 10 people involved in your fights. But as a coach or a healer, like if you want someone that, hey, these are things that my personality has. If it's a personality problem in a relationship, how am I supposed to step back and think that, okay, I'm doing something wrong, and someone needs to remind that to me. So I would rather now think that if I'm not feeling okay in something, I would go ask
Chetna, I mean, I'm sure a lot of listeners over here might be going through something like this in their life. I mean, who knows? Do you have any, to talk to, do you have any contact information or something to give since you are a life coach?
Yeah, so anyone who wants to get in touch with me can write to me on Chetna at circleofpositivity.com. And I'm also on Instagram. You can connect with me on @positivityangel. And my website is circleofpositivity.com. So all numbers, etc. are on it.
Cool. And I mean, you guys always have a friend in your fellow IVM hosts on IVM Daily. So if you guys want to catch up with us, you guys can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Our handle is @IVM Podcasts. And you can use the hashtag IVM Daily. You can follow me individually on Instagram at @Aya_G. And Priyanka?
It's Priyanka1091.
And if you guys want to add some more positivity into your life, you guys should really check out the Positively Unlimited podcast here at IVM, where you can hear Chetna talk about a number of different things to help you get through your day in a much easier way. Until next time, guys. Bye.
There she stands, a podcast addict, outside the bank, having travelled several miles to get in with other poor souls like her. The journey, though daunting for this youngling, will have some comfort because she has downloaded her favourite podcast. You can see more of her species on ivmpodcasts.com. Your one-stop destination where you can check out the coolest Indian podcasts. Happy listening.